my next question is for Brittany, and it's about all the things about the role, because you started to do a role that you has to see everything through the director eyes.
Mm.
So I really like curious to know how this experience was for you.
It was such a beautiful experience. I kind of describe working on this project. It was like being a part of an ecosystem. We were all just like one moving body, trying to bring this one story to life, and um, we couldn't exist without one another. So it was a big maturing moment for me to play this role, and just to be impacted by, the other actors that I've worked with on this project, being so impacted by Alanna's performance. It was really grounding for me and just amazing to witness. And then having this partnership with EJ was so important, and being so moved by his performance and his leadership in a way that, like, kind of like a big brother, and then Pedro is like Daddy Pedro. That's what we called him. He's, like I wanted to work with him because as he just beautifully said about his purpose for doing this film, he said, "I see the unseen." And so it was, I, f- I don't, this kind of sounds like weird, but while I was doing it, I felt so numb in ways, but I just allowed other people's performances and the environments that we're in to impact me in a way that I felt like the character would allow. Um,
Mm.
I think I'm like, what, I don't know what was kind of going on in my brain at the time, but I couldn't, that was the beauty of this project for me.
Beautiful. How did you experience this role from the eyes of a cinematographer and not in front of the camera like you're used to?
Oh, it's interesting. I guess my mind goes to the idea of Danny's character is both involved in the situation and trying not to be as much as possible. I imagine that when you are filming an actual documentary, you have a camera in someone's face, but you have to pretend like you're invisible. So the ability to be the fly on the wall that Alanna mentions, the ability to like be in the face of the subject and watch what's going on and be a part of finding the right framing for how to tell that story, and yet to be invisible when I'm used to someone looking at me and looking at me. So to feel both a part of the experience with the other actors and yet unseen is fascinating. And then that's not to mention the act of having to dance with Camilo as we're filming this project. And we have a beautiful scene inside. You said it's not Camp Hope, right? It's the organization is called what again? Where we filmed?
Community of Hope.
Community of there's a scene in Community of Hope where there's a bit of an altercation. Filming that day was like incredible for me, because we have to, like, I'm holding the camera and Camilo is behind me and we're entering the community center, and then it has to be taken away and I'm shifting it to Camo pretending like it's in my hand, and there's an entire like 5-person tango happening in order to have something seem seamless. That for me is brilliant. I think we've done something in this film that I've never experienced, nor have I ever seen on screen. So I really, really, really hope that people, even if they don't know why, I want them to be compelled and attracted to this story and to this film.
Great, and that's amazing. I think that dancing choreography I started to imagine it in my mind. Great. Alanna, your performance is amazing. I was like
Thank you.
amazed about
Thank you,
also
Fran.
how did you work in, because your character has an arc of character that in a short time has to deal with extreme situations, and you pass through a lot of emotions. So I'm really curious to know, how did you approach to that?
When you have a good director, you know, I mean, that's all I have to say. When you have really amazing actors that are there with you and make you feel really safe, then, you know, anything, you feel like you can let go. That's, you know what I mean? It's when you're on set and you feel like you can jump off the diving board and into like the rabbit hole. You have to know that you know, if the swimming pool is empty and you're jumping off the diving board, everyone is there to catch you. And a lot of the times when I am on set and I'm not feeling comfortable or I'm not feeling safe, I never jump the diving board. I just kind of make it a nice, safe enough performance where everyone is happy, and then I get in my car and I go home. But for this, it was, you know, Pedro has an eye, and obviously he has this integrity about him that is infectious, and you can't help but want to do the best job you can possibly do.